Now that we have inspected the data and we have added custom marker, we're ready to start the analysis process. One very important thing, and it's very important for this project, is to have areas of interest. So these areas of interest are really important. These are sub-region of the screen that I'll be very interested to analyze to understand the number of fixation, the duration of fixation, the saccade, the number of time I will have visit and revisit of those regions. So I need to create layers of those AOI in the system. So I need to go and use a special drawing tools of those AOI before I move to analysis. So when you're on the screen here and you go to analyze, you can click and select what is called AOI tools. Those are AOI's areas of interest. So let's go to AOIs. And as I move to this part of the designing of the AOI, the system automatically detects those images and some important event that happened during the recording. So I will be able to click on, for example, image 1, on which I will draw the AOIs. I have different tools that I can use to draw AOIs. I have the rectangle, I have the ellipse, I could do a polygon. So depending of the nature of what I'm trying to draw, I have different tools. Today we'll go very simple and we'll use the ellipse as a way to identify our differences. I have on the right hand side here, I had pre-prepared in PowerPoint the same image with the identification of where are the different errors. There are 7, and I'm going to go ahead and draw the first error here on the flag. So I'm going to go about where the error was. So I have my first AOI created, and I see that it was identified here, the ellipse here, and I will later come and put a name to that. But first, I want to copy and paste the same ellipse to keep about the same size of the AOIs across what I want to do. So I'm going to go with the select tool, select this, and use Ctrl-C and Ctrl-V to copy and paste this ellipse. So I do Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V, and I drag it to the next place where there was a difference on the horn, and there was a difference on the flower here. There was a difference on the feet of the clown. There was a difference here at the front of the car. There was a small difference also on the handle and on the back end of the car. So there are now 7 AOIs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I have the list. They have specific color on this side. So these are the AOI where the participant ended up clicking when they found an error. So I expect if the participant was able to locate all of them, we will eventually find a click within those AOIs. But it's also a way for me to capture all the gaze, fixation, and saccade and visit of all those AOIs. The one thing I want to do is that I had also gaze on this side. As the participant was moving back and forth to detect error, maybe I would like to know about what happened on the right side of the screen. So one quick way to do that is I'm able to use the tool here to capture every single AOI, do copy, paste, and then I can move this and keep the exact same place and also the same size of the AOIs on the other section of the stimuli. So at this point, I have quite a number. I have 14 AOI in total, and I would need to keep track of what's the name of each AOI compared to every difference, right? So in some effect, I could compare AOI number 1 to AOI number 8 because they are the same in the different image. There's one last AOI I need to add to this, and it's an AOI to capture all the clicks of Xavier whenever he clicked maybe and made a mistake, and maybe he clicked on places he had expected there was an error and there was no error. So I will use the square here and I will overlap this last AOI on the screen so that I'll be able to contrast and make a difference between all the clicks and all the AOI and I had previously named. And every time there was an error, well, it's going to be clicks in this one that was not occurring in all the 7 other AOI. So that's it. So I have created the AOI, the AOIs for this first image. I could go then and go ahead with the other images.